Thank you, Schools Without Borders.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Schools Without Borders.
Thank you, SWB.
Thank you, SWB.
Thank you so much to Schools Without Borders.
Thank you, SWB.
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 Thank you, Schools Without Borders.
The Miles have played such a critical role in being able to bridge what are geographical distances and to bring people together, to support us in creating workshops and learning spaces that are dynamic and that really help to center the experiences of Grenadians, Caribbean people, and people of African descent.
Supported me to attend the Reimagine Higher Education On Conference in Portugal in August 2015. That trip was super important to me in terms of my learning process and also the way I've decided to do my work. I feel that there's so much to learn from each other when we take the classroom outside into the real world. And traveling to foreign places bring home that idea how similar we all are as human beings.
I have been able to reconnect to my homelands of East Africa in Kenya and work alongside young leaders in co-creating liberating, just, transformative learning spaces, particularly within 4 young women in Kibera and Madare, and that has been deeply transformative for me as a human being.
SWB was a catalytic element in my work with Beatbox Without Borders, trying to use beatboxing as a form of healing and transformation, and which allowed me to develop some of the ideas I've been working on related to beatboxing as a tool for healing and transformation.
I've been able to go to the Democratic Republic of Congo and share teachings over there, and that's been an amazing journey. We were able to buy land, and we've been training trainers over there to work with other women. From when we started, we had 16 women, and now over 1,000 women have been trained in helping each other and learning about plant medicines and sharing that sort of really relevant cultural education.
I was able to be a part of various learning journeys where I was able to join a gathering of international alternative educators to come together and deconstruct education. Throughout these journeys in the last 2 years, I've started something called Digital Hargeisa in my hometown where I was born in Somaliland.
I've traveled and had incredible experiences. True human connection happens and real learning outside the classroom. They've touched thousands of people's lives.
Since 2009, SWB and the Aeroplan Miles supported the making of our feature-length documentary, The Apology, a story that follows the lives of former sex slaves during World War II in Korea, China, and the Philippines. With the miles donated, it allowed me to continue to build the relationships I had with the grandmothers, their family members, and the organizations that supported them. It gave me the opportunity to capture the human story of resilience and strength told by our elders.
The Aeroplan Miles have supported many of my learning journeys to Kenya, Botswana, Swaziland, Brazil, and India. The Miles have supported me to work with many grassroots educators on the ground in each one of those countries, and to support them to come to Toronto and come to North America and share their unique alternative education methodologies with educators here.
Your Miles helped make it possible for almost 35 different change makers to reach jams, which
which are our transformative gatherings. Without your support, so many of these people would not have been able to come and be part of really building their capacities, working at the foundation and the meeting point of interpersonal, personal, and systemic transformation.
With the help of the Aeroplan Miles program, I've been able to work with youth in Central America and South Asia, rethinking our food systems and carving and creating more resilient and sustainable foodways. With Foodscapes, we have been able to watch the route of ingredients as they travel from farm to table, looking at how it's produced, how it's handled, looking at the culture around food systems, and looking at the workforce behind the food systems and the stories of the humans that are part of the workforce.
Able to travel to Colombia and Venezuela, where I sat with cacao farming elders, traditional drummers, and folklore dancers. The stories that were shared with me in my home country are very important to my personal and artistic growth, because these are stories that are coming from areas in the country where the traditions of cacao farming are becoming extinct. This experience has shaped tremendously my future production of cacao, which I hope to share with Canada and the rest of the world.
It is through the love and support of Schools Without Borders and Aeroplan Miles that we were able to connect with different women across borders and boundaries in different communities. We were able to speak with them and sit down with them in real time and space and have difficult, challenging, necessary, inspiring conversations. The same conversations which made it into our film and made our film what it is. We are forever grateful for the support of Schools Without Borders and Aeroplan Miles and a few girls with a dream who had the chance to turn that dream from a vision into fruition.
As we continue at Umundu Learning Village in reconnecting with our indigeneity, as we continue connecting with others across the world, you're always going to be part of our story. Thank you.
My hope for the Aeroplan campaign, the Million Mile campaign this year, is that we're able to raise 1 million miles to support First Nations leaders to tell the true story of our country, to tell the true story of this land, to support reconciliation and to support cultural resurgence of the First Nations peoples, so that we are able to heal as a culture and so that we can all participate in this future together.
I really hope that SWBee can raise more miles this season to support the next generation of changemakers and the First Nations in Canada to really forge a path forward towards reconciliation, healing, justice, and transformation at every level.
I have no doubt that these connections will facilitate a deeper understanding and respect and working towards writing relations.
Thank you again. SW.